guys. Okay, I know that this is gonna look a little weird because I don't cook on my YouTube, and I certainly don't blog about cooking that often, although I have done it. So you have to know that I really, really love what I'm about to show you. So recently Norris and I went to Palm Springs, and there's a restaurant called Sammy's that we went to, and we met a beautiful older lady who was sitting at the bar who befriended us, and I asked her what her favorite dish was, and she said the tomatoes. Norris hates tomatoes, so I knew he wasn't going to eat them. I like tomatoes, but I wouldn't say that I love tomatoes. It's not like I get home and I'm like, yo, let's eat some tomatoes. That's not like my thing. So I was like, okay, well, she ordered them for us, and they had them brought to the table, so you don't have to eat the damn tomatoes. Well, apparently it's a big hit at the restaurant, so I tasted the tomatoes, and I freaking love the damn tomatoes. Now when I get home, I'm like, what should I eat? Tomatoes! So I'm going to show you how to make them. Now, to Sammy's credit, I will say that this is not his exact recipe. He makes the tomatoes at the table, so I basically was just like watching him, and they were so good that we went back again before we left town, and this time when he made them, I really made sure I paid attention so I could know what he was putting in them. So this is my version of Sammy's awesome freaking tomatoes. Let's get started. Okay, so what I learned was that you need really good tomatoes, and Sammy said he likes to use Roma tomatoes. So fortunately for all of us, Roma tomatoes are easy to get a hold of at just about any grocery store. You need some really good Parmesan cheese. You need basil, some red onion, some garlic. I'm using kosher salt, fresh cracked pepper, some Italian seasoning, and good olive oil and vinegar. Okay, so he said the key to it is to have really good vinegar and really good olive oil, so I did some internet Google searches on the best vinegar and olive oil that you could get at your local grocery store, because I didn't want to have to drive all over town trying to find some good stuff. So this is what we got. There is no real measurement, because when I asked Sammy, he said about this much. So I'm going to do it basically how he did it, and you can adjust to your personal preference. Okay, so now Sammy cut his tomatoes rather large, sort of like he quartered them, but I don't like that, so I cut my tomatoes a little smaller, more like a big dice, I guess. And I also remove all the fleshy stuff, because I don't like slimy tomato fleshy things, so I remove it. And I think he did too, because there wasn't a whole lot of it when he served it. Then you just go ahead and add some red onion. I try to do it as thin as possible. I have a mandolin, but I was lazy and didn't feel like pulling it out. But, you know, thin, thick, however you like it, that's up to you. And then I do about one whole garlic clove, and I just dice it up really, really small. Okay. And then I take my balsamic vinegar, and then I go like this about 3 times. That'll do it. And then I do the same thing, equal parts olive oil, equal parts vinegar, so about 3 times. And then I just sprinkle on a little kosher salt. Some fresh pepper. You need some Italian seasoning, about that much. And then I put a lot of cheese. So depending on how much cheese you want, I usually do about 3 full big nice pinches, mix it all around. And then I add my basil. So Bobby Flay says that you should not cut your basil, you should tear your basil. So in honor of Bobby Flay, here you go. And then you just mix it all together. Put it in a serving dish. Sprinkle a little bit more cheese. And you're done. These are so good. I'm telling you. You will want to eat this all the time. It is so good. And if I took time to make a YouTube video on how to make some tomato salad, you know it's good. Anyway, I would love to know if you made it, and if you liked it, leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram, @MeMaGStyle. Until next time, peace.